Welcome back to Cryptos Are Us. I am George. We're all George. So tonight, let's talk about massive opportunities with Bitcoin and AI. That's right. Of course, Bitcoin, there's always opportunity there. But because of Nvidia, AI got a boost. Big boost. There's massive opportunity. So let's talk about these things and more. Let's do it. Welcome, 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 guys. Look at Bitcoin a little bit better. Yeah, a lot better than this morning. In fact, I did say this morning, I would not be surprised by tonight we hit 52,000. We actually did, and then came back down a little bit. But you know what? The night is young. Okay, right now what I do know is this. There is one person, no, I take that back, one entity that's selling massive amount of Bitcoin. And that's why we're seeing it. You know, if it wasn't for this entity, Bitcoin could be at like 60,000 already. And it's just because of this one. And it's going to last a little bit until it's no more. But even despite selling billions with a B, Bitcoin is still holding above 51,000. Right? That is quite amazing. I've been talking about supply shock. It hasn't really kicked in yet. It has kicked in a little bit, but when it really kicks in, you guys will see how parabolic everything moves. So who's that one entity? Well, it looks like it's Grayscale. I've been talking about Genesis for a while, or Grayscale for a while, but then I recently talked about Genesis, how they have to sell $1.6 billion worth of Grayscale shares. So today we saw a massive 200 million sell from Grayscale. It's been slowing down. But today it escalated a little bit. So I think Genesis is the one behind the massive dumping recently. Okay, so how long will this continue? Well, they got 1.6 billion. So who knows how much they sold already? If they sold 400 million, that's, you know, getting close, getting there. But we do know that the other ETFs are still soaking it up. So we'll know today's numbers tomorrow. Okay, and we'll see if it's still net positive despite all the selling. Okay, so that's what's happening right now. But again, it's a testament to Bitcoin's strength that we have this one entity, and we can't just blame Grayscale themselves. Okay, it's not Grayscale. It's the institutions and people that hold Grayscale shares that are selling. But it's easier to just say Grayscale. But it's a testament to Bitcoin, how strong it is, despite billions being sold from Grayscale. Bitcoin is still as strong as ever. Okay, it can basically withstand anything right now. That's just absolutely fantastic. And like I said, the supply shock, even though we're seeing a little bit of it now, we're gonna see a lot more of it, and that is why I'm so bullish, guys. I'm so bullish, especially because we're only 60 days away from the halving event. Okay, 60 days, 2 months. And I think most of you guys know what the halving event means for Bitcoin and for all crypto out there. It's the most bullish catalyst we can have. It is definitively the most bullish catalyst there is for all of crypto. And whenever we pass it, I have to refer to like 4 years in the future because it comes once every 4 years. But this is like 60 days, guys, 2 months. So I don't see how anyone could be bearish right now before the halving. Of course, we may have some volatility. We're starting to see it, but I think most of it is still, again, from one entity, Grayscale and now Genesis. But yeah, in the past, we had some volatility before the halving event. And in the past, many times immediately afterwards, boom, we start going parabolically upwards. Okay? So things are just looking good. Massive opportunity still. So this is what it looks like. Okay? In case you're doubting what a halving event looks like, well, just look at those lines, the vertical lines. What happens afterwards? Like that, right? Every single cycle. It's not going to be any different this cycle. So again, as exciting as it has been so far, it's going to be a lot more exciting after the halving event, right? So don't be feared out. Don't be fudded out. Don't let people tell you, oh, you know, we hit a top, we're going to go down, we're going to form another low, blah, blah. You know what? They're all speculating. They're all just projecting their self-doubt because they don't truly believe. If you truly believe and you truly understand, there is zero reasons why you should have any fear over the market right now. Okay? And here's the interesting thing also. Despite us being above 50,000, right? Look at retail trading volume on Coinbase. Compare it to 2021. Nowhere close. Nowhere close. Okay, so right now, obviously, we're driven by institutional FOMO. They always lead the pack. Well, I shouldn't say that. In the past, it's always been Bitcoin that leads the... I mean, retail investors have led the pack in Bitcoin. But this time around, institutions. Because retail is still too focused on other things. Other than you guys. You guys are in here, so you know. But look at this. Wait until retail FOMO hits too. That's like getting hit in the face twice by institutions and by retail investors, right? It's going to be absolutely glorious. So right now, we're still so early. Retail's not really paying attention, but they will. It always happens. Wait until we break through all-time high and media covers about Bitcoin being at 70, 75,000. Wait until then. All of your coworkers, every single family member that you have will be texting you asking, should I be buying? How high is this thing going to go? Every single cycle, it happens. It never fails every single cycle. Now, besides all the bullishness, just a few other things. Average age of Bitcoin right now, the hold time is about 5 years, a little bit under 5 years. So obviously, a lot of you guys have been holding for a long time. Me too. That's awesome, right? But that will only increase. Look at it over the years. It just keeps on increasing. So that's why I always say the fundamentals of Bitcoin is strong. In fact, you could argue the strongest it's ever been based on a lot of these metrics. The number of holders, how long they're holding, right? How much supply there is, the network strength, the activity, the hash rate, everything. It's just looking... Everything's adding up, is looking really good. Looking really good. Okay, last few things before I get carried away about Bitcoin. I take that back. You can never get carried away about Bitcoin. This is showing that Bitcoin, every time it really starts going parabolically up, you hit this upper level, okay, upper band, which is red right now. Okay, and you could see right now on the right side, we haven't hit it yet. So that means we haven't even started the parabolic run. We've been moving up. We haven't started a parabolic run. That's not going to happen until we break, according to On-Chain College, 86,000. That's when things will get interesting. That's when things really start moving. And where are we going? We're going to be on a ride to 150,000. Fundstrat's Tom Lee, he goes on CNBC a lot. He's saying 150,000, not the end of the cycle. 150,000 by the end of year. End of year. I thought I was bullish. I said, you know, maybe we hit 70,000 by mid-year and 100,000 by year-end. Now we got Tom Lee calling for $150,000 for Bitcoin by the end of this year. And why does he think that's going to happen? Because of the ETFs, because of how much liquidity they're going to suck up. And the higher Bitcoin goes, the more FOMO that builds, and it's a perpetual moving engine, basically. It's just going to keep on circling, and it's going to get larger and larger and larger. That's the bottom line. So, obviously, when it comes to opportunities, Bitcoin is one of them. You never want to hold out on Bitcoin. You want to stack sats as much as you can while it's still cheap before it's too late. Okay, it's really that simple when it comes to Bitcoin. All right, now what about outside of Bitcoin? What about AI? Well, a lot of you guys do follow tech. And I even called this yesterday, okay? Someone asked me about Nvidia. They're like, well, what do you think about the earnings? I'm like, Nvidia's earnings are only going to go up, okay? Just look at how much tech, AI tech is being hyped up these days, okay? ChatGPT is only getting better. So is Bard from Google and anything else that's out there, right? And who's supplying all the chips? It's Nvidia. So of course they're going to do well. So yesterday or today, Nvidia dipped like 5% or 4%. And that's the most ridiculous thing ever, right? So obviously they posted their revenue. It's blowing up. Nvidia is a $1.7 billion, no, trillion dollar company that just jumped up 10% after market, okay? The way they're moving, they're going to be the largest company on the planet soon. They're not that far off from the likes of Apple and Microsoft. So that's how hot they are, okay? And because of this, obviously there's a lot of crypto plays, that are blowing up as well, right? I even took advantage of one very late, and I still made great money. One of them is SingularityNET. They have been around for quite some time, right? So they blew up 25% today because of Nvidia news. People are starting to look at AI, and you know they're wondering, right? Is one of these projects going to be the next thing to blow up like Nvidia? Maybe, maybe not. But Singularity has been in the space for quite some time. And in case you're not familiar, I don't know, some of you guys may remember Sophia the robot, okay? This was kind of like the first humanoid robot that was created years ago. I don't know if they have updated it. But, you know, the founders behind Sophia the robot are the founders behind SingularityNET. And this is actually the biggest dApp on Cardano, too. They moved to Cardano years ago. Charles Hoskinson loves SingularityNET, okay? And they basically do everything. They started out as a AI data marketplace, and they still have that. But they're also using GPUs to do a lot, renderings and computations around AI, and they're also incubating AI projects. They're kind of like all over the place, right? So they're looking good. They had a good day today, but overall they're still quite low, still below $1 billion market cap, and they were much higher at one point in time. Look at 2018 when they debuted, $1.50, right? So they blew up, and I, being the DJ that I am, I threw a 20x like an hour after the earnings, and I still made like 10 grand. So yeah, sometimes it pays to pay attention. All right, now another one is Render. Okay, they didn't blow up like 27%, but you know they're already pretty big, 2.6 billion, and they shot up almost 7% today, which is impressive because today is somewhat down, right? And Render's also in that space, AI space, because they're about decentralized or distributed GPUs, right? Basically, you can loan out your GPU and make tokens and make money through the tokens rewards, right? And people can borrow that or pay using Render tokens and borrow a lot of the, you know, the rendering or the computations from the GPUs, right? And so they're in the AI space. They're in AI space. Not quite there, but they're kind of in that space. So they also did well today. And they're part of Solana too. You could see upgrade to Solana. And another one that did okay, not great, but okay, Fetch.ai. Also in that space. You see that big bump? You see that big bump right there? Fetch.ai is a L1. Unlike the other two, they are a full-fledged L1. Well, Render's also L1. I mean, but it's a little bit different. They are L1 that uses these AI agents that's supposed to be better. So you're basically expecting these AI agents to get smarter and predict behavior and make things more streamlined, especially for dApps that are riding on top of Fetch.ai. That's what they're doing, right? So that's another project that's in this space that's doing well, under $1 billion, still quite cheap. right? So these are just 3 examples of AI plays. There's a lot of other ones that are kind of up and coming, but seeing how Nvidia is getting hotter, seeing how AI itself with ChatGPT, with Bard, and any other company out there that's in AI are getting hotter, you got to expect that this cycle, a lot of the AI plays are going to blow up, especially if they actually come out with useful dApps that we can use, right? It's just a matter of time. All right. That's pretty much it. Before I get to Q&A, I just want to show you guys something. I want to remind you guys that on Friday, all right, Karate Combat is hosting their KC44, and some of the biggest influencers, part of the IFC, will be fighting. And today I noticed that in the app, okay, you can download the Karate app, you can see all the guys there already, and you can bet on them. And there's like a betting percentage, so that's kind of how you could tell. But is that go focus? There we go. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. These guys are all in Mexico, very excited. I'll be joining them soon, but just want to give you guys a heads up. In 2 days, these guys will be battling out MMA style. It's not a joke. This is going to be for real. And these guys are very serious about it. So make sure you download the app, get some free karate tokens, and bet on your favorite fighter. And tune in. It's going to be streamed on Cryptos R Us Plus. All right, that's it. Let's do some Q&A. All right, let me scroll up here. My camera's looking a little washed out. It's okay. Oh, you know what? Today's DCA night. Today is DCA night. I totally forgot about it. I got to bring out my portfolio. I wonder if it's higher than lower than last week. Let me log in real quick. Thoughts on GLNK premium to Chainlink was up 20% more than now. I have no idea. Lowrider. I have no idea what project that is. Hold on. Let me log in and then let me take a look at what you're saying. All right, so I logged in here. I'm down 3% for the last 24 hours. Down 2.41% for last week. But all time, up 49%, still close to high. So even though it seemed like this week was a bad week, I only lost 2% in my overall portfolio week over week. And still up 49% just through good old DCA. Before I get to that, before these super chats disappear, what's GLNK? I have no idea what that is. Something on Pulse Chain? Man, Lowrider, sorry, I don't know what it is. Sailor Coin, is it a safe play? Probably not. Sounds like a meme. I remember you said Render technically doesn't work because it was on Ethereum, and now they're not on Ethereum. They are on Solana now. So it makes a lot more sense. Suku. Too low for me to look at. 11 million. Can you say hi, Austin? Hi, Austin. How are you? Bits Crunch. Down 23%. So obviously was not helped by the AI push today. Verify if you're a human. AI enhanced decentralized NFT data marketplace. They're focusing around NFT. Backed by, I don't know why this cookies policy is not updating. So everything's blurred out. But I guess they're backed by Coinbase and Animoca. Those are good. But yeah. They got listed yesterday, it seems like, on top, and then they dumped. I don't know too much about it. Gotta keep I guess I'll keep my eyes on it. Bits crunch. Crunching numbers, I guess. I don't know. What's going on with Jasmine? I don't know. I never covered Jasmine ever. Will Singularity hit all-time high this cycle? You know what? If they continue to do what they're doing, and they were I invited Singularity to Cypherpunk last year. I may reach out again and see if they can attend some future events I'll be at. If they keep doing what they're doing, I think so. Yes. Opinions on CKB since Bitcoin L2 announced. I gave up on Nervos a long time ago, so I don't care if they announce their Bitcoin L2. That it just seems like a desperate play to try to like get some attention. Because to me, they died a long time ago. All right, I'm gonna do some DCA GD. I'm not gonna look at Suku. I'm sorry, no matter how nice you ask. So looking at 24 hours, let's see. Looking at 24 hours, Stacks had the biggest drop, but yet, look at, I'm up 192% with Stacks already. That may be my biggest winner of the portfolio. That's how strong Stacks is. But this could be a good opportunity to buy some more Stacks. Let's see. What is not in the green yet? Cardano, still not in the green yet, even though I've been DCing into it forever. Polygon also, both disappointing. Cosmos even more disappointing at 19%, minus 90%. And Phantom at negative 28%. I may just sell Phantom. I'm kind of losing hope with Phantom. And same thing with Near Protocol. And Myro, man, they dumped down. They're not coming back. ApeCoin, still down 91%. Man, when is their metaverse coming out? That's what I want to know. And they got DeFi Kingdoms. Dreamer is fighting in the IFC. Jupiter's down a little bit. Pith is down a little bit. I like those from Solana. I may DC into those because they're down. And I think I will stack up more Stacks too. They're down 10% for today, but obviously they've been doing very well. I'm going to add more Stacks. The higher Bitcoin goes, the more the better Stacks go do. So I'm going to just do it 3 ways. $33 divided by 2.54. That's exactly 13. All right. So, and then I'm going to put in $33 in Jupiter. $71.36. And then let's put a little bit in Pith Network. There we go. All right. So Pith, Jupiter, Manta's up too. Helium is up big. Cock is up. Look at Cock is up finally at 5%. That's not bad. Next week, I'll probably, yeah, I may have to get rid of Near Protocol and Phantom next week. But everything else good. Look at Solana up 171%. This is all time since I started DCing. Bitcoin up 90%. Ethereum a little bit less, 55%. Stacks is the biggest winner. And then you got Injective 60%. Optimism up 130%. Fetch.ai. Hey, I just got done talking about AI. Fetch.ai up 374%. I didn't even know it was up that much. I added Fetch.ai years ago. So they're obviously doing very well. I don't have any Singularity.net here. I should add them next time. All right, guys. $100 every week. When you look at StormX is something else that came on a long, long time ago. They had this Portland Trailblazers partnership, but they're like a shopping app where you get discounts. I met, what's his name? Is it Sonny? I met him in Miami last year. But yeah, it's just not my thing. Retro Bill says, traded a nice chunk of my ADA for stacks. I'd say that's a pretty good move. Thoughts on a new Civic Type R for 50K? It's more like 44K, but I get it with tax and everything. I have not driven it yet, but I've driven the last generation and one of the funnest cars I've ever driven. So, I mean, if you're looking for something that's fun, I think it's gonna be hard to beat that. But here's the thing: you could buy a used Stingray, okay, no joke, for 65,000. You could probably negotiate down to like low 60s because they overproduced them. So you could get a barely used, because you know people with Corvettes, they're not driving it much. You could get a barely used Corvette Stingray or a new Type R. I know there's still like a 10,000-15,000 gap, but man, that'd be tough. I would just save that 15,000 and get a Corvette. Find us a 10,000% potential, Joseph. I'm afraid that's not going to be possible unless I create a token. Then it has a 10,000x potential. Is Omi done? I don't know. I mean, maybe. All those IPs that I thought were very valuable to them, turned out they were like nothing burgers. You know, they had partnership with Disney and Marvel, and I thought they were the only ones, but that's not the case. They had all these IP of all these, like they had an IP with NFL, but there's other projects that have NFL NFTs, you know. So all these NFT IPs that they had turned out to be nothing burgers. So I don't know how they negotiated those. And then, you know, the token economics was horrible. And then they had a hack. I don't know if they're going to come back. Someone's asking about JoyStream. $18 million, very low cap. A video platform protocol empowering creators, built and operated by the JoyStream blockchain and DAO. So it's like a decentralized YouTube. It supports multiple video streaming apps at once. Videos uploaded on any JoyStream app can be seen by users on other apps, helping creators grow their audience. I don't quite get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Why would you bid on an NFT while watching someone? I don't get it. Yeah, I just don't. Does CoinStacks lock your depots up for a week like Coinbase? You mean when you're staking? I don't know. I don't know. You won't regret getting a Corvette. I found the Civic Type R are way better than the Audi S4. I mean, it's just more fun to drive. The only thing comparable to the funness of a Civic Type R is a Corolla GR. That car is really fun. Really, really fun. New Air. I don't know anything about that project. Sorry. I can't speak about it. Robert, okay. Sora. This is not the same. Man, this project dumped to nothing. 2.8 million market cap? I remember when this was hyped up back then and I was making fun of it. This is ridiculous. It was at $884. And now look at how many decimal points there are. What? Okay. That's what you call a dead project. So I don't know why anyone would be asking about Sora. Stacks prediction for a bull run. You don't need a prediction. Just know that the higher the Bitcoin goes, the higher Stacks goes. It's just really that simple. It's a one-to-one relationship almost. Thoughts on Sidecoin? Not my favorite decentralized storage play. I like Arweave a lot better, and I like Filecoin second, but I don't like Sidecoin that much. The Audi S4 will get you hotter dates. That's not true. S4 just looks like a normal Audi A4. That's not going to give you a lot of dates. And first of all, girls are not impressed with cars like that. Okay? They're not even really impressed with Ferraris unless they're a gold digger. Any normal chick, they don't really care. They don't care if you drive a Type R or a Model Y or I don't know, Mercedes C-Class. It's all the same. ArcBlock is up. Maybe they're into AI. I think they are in AI. That's why they're up. Let's see. Yeah, there's something with AI. They got all these AI kits and AI Genie. I've seen this project before. I just don't know enough about it. They're on Coinbase, so that's good. I'll have to do more research on ArcBlock. They might be a good AI play, seeing how they're only 175 million. That's OMI soundbite will not age well. Well, you tell Ecomi to prove me wrong, and then we'll see. But ever since they debuted, it's been constant down. So, and what I said is true. All the IPs that I thought were exclusive on Ecomi are not. Joseph G, don't buy old world coins. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. How is it almost March already? You know what? I have the same sentiment as you. You know, in my mind, we just hit January 1st, 2024. It's still hard to comprehend that we're in 2024. And we're almost March, which means we're only 60 days away from the halving event, right? That's like terrific. No, I don't have any thoughts on Cubic. Well, if Coinbase proves me wrong, then great. Then all the holders will be very happy. Let's just put it that way. You know, it's kind of like the same mentality from the XRP holders. XRP Army used to be get so mad and get up in arms about like, oh, you know, George said something bad about XRP. I don't hear anyone say that anymore because XRP Army has pretty much disappeared. But I hope I hope I'm wrong about Omi. Cristiano, Max Payne is only BTC pumps this cycle. Alts lag. Ben Cohen, thoughts about BTC dominance besides your 50-20-25 rule for newer investors who tried to be savvy alts. Cristiano, I don't quite get what you're saying. Are you trying to say that more people should be buying Bitcoin versus alts, Cristiano? I don't totally agree with that. I just feel like 50-25-25 rule is a good rule. When Bitcoin pumps, you got 50% of your portfolio in Bitcoin. It's going to carry it. And if the alts pump, it's going to carry your portfolio too because it's 50%. So I think that's a pretty good, breakdown. Mobile is getting listed on Coinbase tomorrow. Okay, good for mobile. Maybe now is the time to look at Telos. No. When the original founders have left Telos, that kind of tells you something. So, there's a project that I've invested in called Starter. And they're a big launch pad and they're going to launch soon. But the guy who started Starter was a founder of Telos. And he even told me why he left Telos. It was too centralized. The EOS was too centralized. Way too many, the rich get richer within EOS, so he didn't like that system. He left. I think Telos is still the same. Unless they left EOS and they're using, I don't know, maybe they're using their own L1 or some other ecosystem. I don't know. Heath, why is the dude from Crypto Banner so jealous of you? Which dude, Ran? I don't know. He constantly copies what I do and then says I copy him, but clearly not the case. Yeah, I just do my own thing. I got big ideas, okay? And I know once I start doing them, everyone else go copy. That's okay. But you guys will see. These big ideas are coming. Wrong Sora. Which Sora is it? I listed the symbol that the guy said. I was in the market for Z06, but couldn't find anything. Settled for a beautiful 2001 Honda Civic. The ladies are loving it too. Are you just saying that because you're trying to pump that? Are you trying to pump that meme coin? I can't stake on Kraken still. Yeah, they can't. They got sued by the SEC, so they removed staking. Heath, I appreciate that. Thank you. I will. I'll do my best. Do I like Lark Davis? I don't have anything against him. I never talked to him, so I don't know. What Sora are you guys talking about? Is there another Sora? This one? Obviously, this is not the one. This is just a meme that's using the name Sora. Max. I don't know what Sora you guys are looking at, but obviously not the one that pumped 100%. Hi from Argentina. Thank you. I have 0.93 BTC in, I don't know why I said thank you for hi from Argentina. Welcome, I should say. I have 0.93 BTC in Robinhood. Should I transfer to another wallet? At least transfer to Robinhood wallet. Because that's self-custody. At least do that. Don't leave it on Robinhood platform. Download their wallet and transfer their wallet. Or transfer to Trust Wallet or any other wallet that's out there, right? If you plan on holding long term and you're not going to trade it, there's zero reasons why you need to hold it in Robinhood. Where should I stake my algo? That's a good question. I don't know. AlgoFi collapsed, so I don't know. There's probably native staking for algo, so go download one of their native wallets and stake in there. I'm almost positive they have a wallet that you can stake. Samsung, I appreciate that. Have I done DCA yet? Yes, I have. I added Jupiter, Pith, and also Stacks. Jeep Rubicon manual is fun to drive. Jeeps and Broncos, their manual versions, are really fun. Anything 6-speed manual is really fun. Even if you're driving the slowest car with a 6-speed, it's still funner than like a slow car with automatic. Garrett, new member, welcome. Will Gemini ever return the money from Earn? I think so. That's why Genesis is selling. Because Genesis was the one that offered Gemini Earn. So Genesis is selling by the hundreds of millions because they need to repay back what they owe. Proppy. This is a real estate play, fractional real estate. Kind of early for my taste. I know it started already, but just not something that I would be interested in. But it's fractionalizing real estate. You know, you could say tokenizing real estate. It's part of the real world asset movement, tokenizing real world asset movement. So kind of in there. Not my cup of tea, so to speak. All right, guys. So to conclude, yeah, stay strong, my friends. Stay strong. Right now, we have this onslaught of selling from Grayscale. It's okay. That means Bitcoin is still cheap. There's a buying opportunity. And there's so many out there in the whole world, especially in the crypto space and the AI space as well. So stay strong, my friends. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. All right? Have a good one. Take care.